everyone. So today we're going to take a little sketchbook tour of a sketchbook I did in 2016 in my second year of art college. And this particular sketchbook is just entirely for one project. And the project was to the theme of talisman, and to pick an object that we had or that we found interesting and create a ceramic piece about it. So I chose this bracelet that I got as a gift from my my other mom from America. And she gave each of us, me and my sisters, one of these. And I think it's really beautiful. And I picked it because, not only sentimental value, but because of the evil eye that it has printed on it. You can see. So let's get started. The front half, of course, I paint a little bit of the outside. So I'll just talk about this later. But the first part of a sketchbook for me is always about just going through as many ideas as I can and learning as much as I can about what I've chosen. So I drew the bracelet in many different ways, and then pieces of the bracelet, bits of piece about the evil eye concept, dates back thousands of years. I write a lot to myself in my sketchbooks because I really like words. I would do them like this: blue, circular, personal, glass, symbolic, portable. So a little bit of information about the Nazar or evil eye, it being 5,000 years old. I really like to know as much as I can. And after that, then I can experiment a little with the shapes that my object has, which is, of course, circle and kind of see-through like this, glass. And so this is where I get my ideas, where I just free-flowing with the different concepts that I have. Evil eye, this is different eyes in many different ways. Painted onto someone, worn, etc. This is all mark making that I might use later to become the shape of the ceramic object I'm going to make. And my art is quite playful. I like to have fun with it. I go nuts in these sketchbooks, really. I go nuts. Trove. A store of valuable or delightful things. Love that. So here we go again with more experimenting with the same colors. Talisman. Just trying to figure out what this means to me and what this means to the project. Lots of circles. And then I bring in different materials. Really tactile person. It's hardly a surprise considering my degree is in ceramics. And then the back as well is kind of interesting. And these are things I made and stuck in. So I started to make my own bracelets out of different materials. I painted a canvas in abstract and then took them apart. So these are the different materials that these are made of, these bracelets. More drawing, bubble wrap. I crocheted basically a evil eye myself. Lots of different experimenting. Experimenting is your number one friend. So then the project went from the evil eye to this concept of the eye, and because I wasn't getting much from this one object, I was allowed to bring in another one that ties in, and I brought in the stones. There are these stones that you can find in the coast, and so what they say have holes in them, okay? And they used to say that if you put your eye through them, then you could see fairies. So I drew this stone, and I got a bunch of history about it and other people who were inspired by it. So then I started to really draw the stone, and the stone kind of had this shape where all these crevices and holes, and kind of a magical object. Us ceramics people, we really enjoy objects, obviously. So you could wear it as well. This is another tie-in between the talisman of this one. That you could wear these stones to protect yourself from nightmares, which is really interesting. So here I am just experimenting with the shape, with pen, with tea. This is tea. And this is just bled out red ink. Bled out, like watered down red ink. This concept of talismans, amulets, things you can wear for protection. So essentially what drew me to this was that it was a protective element. So that's what all of these stones and then this Nordic amulet has in common with my original object. And so maybe I tried to design my own amulet, which is interesting. Troll crosses, these are the different styles of amulets or talismans people wore for protection. I really enjoy this topic of protection. Bridget's cross in Celtic mythology. Here we go again, more Celtic protection symbols. Cane, another Celtic protection symbols. A lot of these have in common is the idea of a circle. A sanctuary, an invisible circle of protection around the body. More protection symbols from different cultures. The Hamza, again, in touch with the evil eye. And we're back to our stones, which I keep going back to because of its link to ceramics as well. Mark making. I like to add different perspectives in my sketchbooks. It's kind of fun, and holes of my own. Putting holes of my own inside the holes in this rock, create the holes for that one, vice versa. It's interesting. So here's where I started to design my own hole or talisman of sorts. I wanted it to look ancient, so that's the end of the design. And what I did was I used coils around again and again and again to create this sort of bumpy style. This section here was more of me trying to map out how it would look. So put it on clear paper. That's it in 2D, but remember we're creating a 3D object. So this is actually a better depiction of what it looks like in the end. And yes, so we have it. This is my talisman sketchbook tour. This project was really fun. And there you have it.